Recently we showed the launching of the new Paprec Arkea Team Imoca. Now it's time to test it out. It's a magical moment, as it is the culmination of 18 months of work, and the IMOCA Paprec Arkea took off for the first time last week, from their Lorient Base, with Yoann Richomme and the Paprec Arkea Team on board.
On va sortir tranquillement le bateau. Sortie passe ouest. On peut commencer à détacher le pare-batte. Ok, Tan, ça largue. Larguez, 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 larguez. On est parti. Ça monte. Stop. Ça se présente bien, par la tête. J'ai vu en place, première sortie de la passe. Ça va être cool. On aura bonnes conditions pour tester.
Commencer à dérouler la feuille de match, voilà, on va tranquille.
Allez, c'est parti. Pour la première fois, on est à la voile. Ça s'envole un peu, il y a le nez qui se lève, ouais, on atteint 15-16 nœuds.
On va finir à 25 nœuds à un moment. Il est venu un peu.
Ah bien, c'est bien.
21 nœuds, 25 nœuds. Il a la banane. Hein.
Ça c'était bon, on l'avait pas prévu celle-là.
Celle-là, elle fait du...
Ça a été la session de drone, monsieur Rio? Waouh! Waouh! Oh! Mais non! Oh, c'est pas possible! Mais non! Là, c'est magique, hein? Non, c'est trop propre, mon gars.
This is your weekly Sailing Global Highlights show, the world on water for March 24th, 2023. Heading towards the loneliest place on Earth, Point Nemo, where your nearest other human is on the space station, Rosalin Kuiper is sent up the mast on Boris Herrmanns Malizia for some inspection checks, while Antoine Auriol gets some beautiful drone shots of the scene.
3, 2, 1, action.
Perfect.
Okay, boys, I'm ready to go up. Oh, I forgot how nice this feeling is. Very nice and sunny day. Wow, beautiful day, man. And so good to have a little bit of your own space up here, you know. Oh. Half a meter, slow down, and hold there. I'm on the top.
Want to stay off?
Yes, please. The view on Biotherm is epic. Like pretty sick. I see Holcim.
Yeah, and you can see 11th hour behind us as well.
Wow, I see 11th hour. I see Biotherm and I see Holcim just there. Okay. The mainsail strop is pretty has some shave. What? The mainsail strop, the one was the ring was attached to the headboard car. I'm gonna make the safety lashing there just to be sure. Yo. The strop is pretty damaged. Like the white one I'm putting the lashing on now, you know. I think it might hold, but it might not. Yeah. Oh fuck. So the green one I'm on is fine. Then we have the J01 is fine. No No, it looks all good. I like our sail trimmed like this, the J0. The J0 is nicely trimmed like this. Yeah, you can just lower me down, then I'm gonna tap the repair and then the upper shrouds, and then we go back, then we go down to the J3. Yeah. Okay, a bit lower. Okay, hold there. Okay, tapping. No, just some resin. No, it looks super good. Yeah, I think this repair, the mast might be stronger now with the repair.
All good with your legs?
Yeah, oh, beautiful. Perfect. Now we're just gonna check the outriggers. And then it's Saturday. Party day. Woo! And you good?
Good, perfect.
Good.
All right.
Alright.
Last week we visited Donna Bertarelli and Yann Guichard, skippers of the huge 30 by 30 meter Spindrift Racing Trimaran, as they stood by to break the world circumnavigation speed record, the Jules Verne Trophy. This is part 2 of their wait for a favourable weather window.
Here we are in Brest, and what we feared the most has happened.
À partir du moment où on s'attaque à un record et pas une course, voilà, on connaît les règles, on sait qu'il y a une possibilité de ne pas partir, de ne pas battre le record.
The end of the standby with no departure for the around the world.
Yeah, it was a difficult decision to stop the standby.
Tous les jours, on regarde les fichiers météo, hein. On a une actualisation 2 fois par jour, le matin, le soir, donc c'est un peu une routine quotidienne. Maintenant, l'envie, elle est toujours là, l'envie de l'équipage, de toute l'écurie. On a aussi un message fort avec Sail of Change à transmettre au plus grand nombre.
Our hopes stay high, and the record will still be there for us next year, so fingers crossed to be resilient and keep spirit up.
Mais voilà, on a un magnifique projet, un magnifique bateau et il va y avoir encore plein de records à aller chercher.
And the love for the ocean is still here.
Still here, the record will always be there.
Exactly, and so we'll go back, and we want to go back because we want to protect the Southern Ocean. We want to continue to sail for nature.
Yes.
And we have a big message that we want to take around the world.
Yes.
So thank you for your support, and we will be soon back with
A new adventure.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Canada became the 5th different team to win a SailGP Season 3 event, with a thrilling victory over New Zealand and Australia in the ITM New Zealand Sail Grand Prix in the Christchurch event final. In front of SailGP's biggest sellout crowd to date, New Zealand-born driver of the Canada team, Phil Robertson, produced a masterful display to lead the final, almost from start to finish, in a desperate battle with Peter Burling's home team.
Canada's historic win in Christchurch will provide a big morale boost to the team after the emotional experience of Sydney, driver Phil Robertson has said. The Canadians went head-to-head against home favourites New Zealand and season leaders Australia on the waters of Wakarup Littleton Harbour in a race packed with close crosses and dramatic moments. Despite falling off the foils and even picking up a boundary penalty, it was Robertson's team that came out on top, bursting across the finish line ahead of the Kiwis. Speaking after racing, Robertson said the historic win meant even more coming off the back of an emotional event in Sydney. Canada's wing and brand new F50 sustained significant damage in an extreme weather incident shortly after racing on the first day. While the crew had a tough time as a result of the incident, the adversity brought the team together. That's massive for any team sport, so we're a tight group now, and to get a win like that is pretty special, he said. Canada's first event win comes after the team lost out in the finals of Bermuda and Chicago at the beginning of the season. Since then, Canada has finished in the mid to bottom fleet. Robertson said he was stoked to get the monkey of an event win off our back, adding, "There's not many teams that have got a SailGP win." Strategist Isabella Berthold added, "We've been working so hard behind the scenes, and for it all to come together and cross the finish line was absolutely incredible." Robertson dissected the moment Canada picked up a boundary penalty on the sixth leg of the race. It came soon after New Zealand briefly took the lead on the fifth leg of the race and could have opened the door for a second Kiwi overtake. However, the penalty cleared quickly, allowing Canada to recover and regain speed on the approach to the finish line. In hindsight, we could have done a slightly better job of staying in front. We let them into the game, but managed to seal it at the top. He reflected on the little error, estimating that the boundary infringement must only have been a couple of inches. "I actually thought we would have been fine, so I was surprised to hear we got a penalty, but it is what it is, and it actually probably set us up all right for the rest of the race," he added. Canada's triumph now means a total of 5 teams have won an event in Season 3, with Canada joining Australia, New Zealand, France and the United States.
As the INEOS Britannia team pushed ever harder on the Bay of Palma, the inevitable occurred, as a rapid-fire bear way at the windward mark saw the team hurtle off downwind, before throwing a fast jibe, and losing the rudder on a wave, caused the boat to nosedive and screw into the inevitable capsize. It's all part of the game now in the America's Cup in these small foilers, and Giles Scott, always sublime in interview, was nonplussed by the on-water shenanigans.
Giles Scott, first of all, tell us what position you were in on the boat today.
I was helming on the port side.
Okay, so it was a pretty classic Palma day today. Breeze was pumping, pretty bumpy in the rib for us, but describe the conditions if you could from your point of view.
Yeah, it was an awesome day. We've been looking forward to today for quite, almost all week, because the forecast has been good for today for quite some time. Yeah, it was southeasterlies, 15 to 18 knots with a building sea state. So yeah, great conditions for sure. What was the goals that you set yourself when you left the dock this morning? What was the plan? Well, we've done a good few days in the 40 now, but with the weather here, we've not had any real windy days. So it was nice to be able to get out a little bit up range, not all the way to the top of the range, but up range for sure, and into a bit of sea state as well. We saw you with the J2 originally, and then pretty quickly changed to the J3. Yeah, makes a big difference. Yeah, it does. These boats seem to like getting onto the smaller jibcos pretty early. So we saw you do some fast laps of the bay. Yeah. And then into some racecourse racing. Yeah. And then the day was cut short by a pretty spectacular crash and capsize. We saw you go around the windward mark, take off down the run, and then pull off what looked like a very high-speed jibe. Yeah. Then it seemed to all go wrong. Can you just talk us through that little scenario? Yeah, we had a little mishap on the exit of one of our jibes. Ended up losing the rudder, which is pretty easy to do. in these boats, and they ended up with a nosedive, and yeah, we rolled over, unfortunately. But you know, I think given the day and how hard we're pushing, and we are pushing this boat, and we want to see it at the corner of its performance, and not that we aim to ever capsize, but not necessarily a surprise, and certainly something that we're seeing all our competitors do as well.
You feel like you know a bit more where the edge is on these boats in these conditions?
Yeah, for sure. I think you know, especially with the sea state, that's really what makes it tricky with these boats. The margins between being able to, you know, foil and be able to hit your can angles and not touch down with the bustle is, you know, your margin is almost nothing in sea state like that. So yeah, for sure it was a great day, and you know, unfortunately ended with a capsize, which is frustrating, but it's all part of it.
So just to be clear, this was we're going to put it down to with all respect, a user error rather than a problem with the boat. Yeah, no, there was for sure the capsize happened because of user error. We had a bit of issue with the boat once it was on its side. It took us a reasonably long time to get it upright because we lost authority over one of the can arms. Yeah, fortunately, no major dramas, and able to get the boat back to the dock safely. Fantastic. What does it look like for the rest of the week now? We'll have to see how the boat is. The guys will have a good look over it once we get it in, and then we'll make a call on that tonight. Great. Thanks for talking to us, Giles. All right.
Kirsten Newschafer in the Golden Globe round the world race here is shown in the Atlantic heading south on the Cape Town leg, when actually, today it's day 199. And she's leading the fleet in the doldrums heading north towards basically in the same spot in the Atlantic as before. And the finish is 3,163 nautical miles away in France. She's a game solo sailor, as she climbed overboard and had a swim in the Atlantic while sailing fast. Would you do that?
Yeah, still can't believe what happened last night. Poor guy. And I'm sure thinking of him. Well, this is taking comms to new extremes. Absolutely like a mirror. I'm really enjoying myself. I'm enjoying the sailing. I'm loving my solitude. I'm enjoying the tropical heat, the humidity. Yeah, it's good. It's all around good. There's the school now. Have to brush the vinegar, but filling up the bucket quite quickly. It tastes pretty good. So I think that's the start of the Southeast trade. Might be wrong, but I think it is. It's funny how one just craves things from home from time to time. Alright, what a view! Absolutely spectacular. That's Manaa from aloft. And then there's this view above the spinnaker. Now I can see land and I want to get there. It's one of those situations, so close and yet still so far. It's probably about 30 miles still to go. Oh, shame, poor little thing. Didn't mean to give him a fright. The beauty of the water around the Cape.
Okay, hello! Whoa, 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 whoa! You can't see a thing, but welcome to Cape Town. Okay. So good to see us. Good to see you got your sea boots on.
Oh yeah, best grip.
Yeah, exactly. So big smiles, you feeling good?
Yeah, feeling good
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, everyone's having fun watching.
Yeah, I've been having fun being out there. I've been lucky.
How do you feel now heading down deep south and across to, towards Cape Horn? Like, it's your home, but just try and express it to us,
Well, I think there's always a feeling of trepidation, anxiety heading down that way. I know I've just got the easy part behind me now, the first easy leg, but I'm looking forward to it. I really am. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as much as I'm anxious over it.
Yeah. So what's the story with weather reporting? Have you been getting any at all? Oop. Oh, more people, light them up, light them up. We better light them up, put it on bright. We got some revelers here. Yes, I'm not sure who they are, but they're obviously big fans. So you're having fun. What's the best part? How would you describe the best part about GGR right now?
I've actually really enjoyed not having a GPS, because that was the thing I was kind of worried about, but also the thing I really wanted to be able to do. So that's been great, because it's forced me to be really observant, and it's also been quite interesting not having very detailed long-term and large area weather forecasting, because it makes you think and try and calculate the weather systems far more. So those are aspects I've really been enjoying. But then, because it's a race, I'm supposed to be sailing the boat as fast as I possibly can, whereas on a delivery or a charter, it's not about speed. So I'm enjoying the performance factor of it as well, really trying to tweak the boat and make her move as best as can.
Okay, we better see if you've got any tapes you want to send over, letters and bits and pieces. Yep. We should grab them just to make sure we don't forget them. All right, so we're going to just pull away a bit and leave you to your other spectators here. It's really good to see you. It's really good to see you happy. A lot happier than Lanzarote.
Yeah, I was being a bit melodramatic.
No. Look, I got to tell you, it's a mind game, as you know, and some of the other entrants have been having real challenges. Don't worry.
Yeah,
real challenges.
It really is a mind game. When I decided not to care anymore about where the others were, it changed things for me just like that.
Yeah, absolutely. If I could, I'd give you a big hug. So would a few thousand other people. You've got a lot of people following. So, keep up the good work and sail safe, and we'll see you soon, eh?
Motoko Sato wins on home waters to lead women's Wave PWA World Tour. With the forecast unfortunately not looking promising at all for the remaining days of the 2023 Spike Omizaki Japan World Cup, the decision was to officially end the event, meaning that all results stand, as they were after the opening day. Within these final days we caught up with some of the riders as they experience a traditional Japanese blessing, beach cleanups, and the closing ceremony.
豊島秀彦淡水祭りわらちかえとお祈り願いますらくで気をつけですで2回お願いしますいいですよで気をつけをして2人揃っていますねはい気をつけはいまず2回お願いします1回目もう1回で2回手をします
書いてあるかな。
あ、早玉行ったな。
早玉。オッケーかな。
大会実行委員長、佐藤。
The legend. Division as well.
マスターズじゃなくてレジェンドディビジョンと呼んでもいい。
第3位、高
Won it.
野口。
I think you graduate. All you pros out there, these guys are going to be nipping on your heels.
この人たちにすごい。
Big hand again, please. Little hardware for the living room celebration there. Four of you really well sailed in these conditions. It's impressive what the level is out there. Motoko got a couple really long rides, deserves the win. All four of you could have won this thing. Keep your chin up. Congratulations. That's a big hand him the envelope card. And
PWA の2回ウェブのチャンピオン